Guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 15 review. And all I can say is, wow. Wow, wow, wow. We finally get, what happened to Momoshiki, why Boruto is so scared to use karma. Also, we see what happened with Garaa and Shinki, how he became the new Shinju as well, too. But before we start, I have my co-host with me, who's been here since the beginning. Ray Sean, can you tell the viewers out there where can they find your podcast?
Well, you guys can find me on all your podcasting platforms just by searching up Ray Sean Gas and Anime Podcast. And you guys should check me out. We've been doing a lot of voiceover interviews. So if you guys are interested in voiceovers or want to learn more about the voiceover industry, check me out.
Also, we're almost 2 subs away from the big 500. Just 2 more subs and we hit our goal of 500. Thank you guys so much. Get into the chapter. We see what happened to Garaa and Shinki. As of right now, you're thinking like, why would the Shinjus, invade the Hidden Leaf? And you see Mogi say that, I only came here following the trio Boruto and looking for his accomplice. So, they're trying to look for Kashi Koji right now and just eliminate those two. Because right now, those are the two biggest pain in the asses to the Shinjus. But unfortunately, Garaa and Shinki and his team with the wrong place, wrong time situation. And as of right now, Gaara's like, because he has them all surrounded in his sand barrier to try to get out of here. I'll stay here and it'll be a sacrifice because as of right now, the future is what's more important than me right now. And Gaara understands that, like, some people, who are in that age are like, hey, I'm still the OG. Like, I still got this. But he understands that the future is, the bigger picture. And Shinki, like, saying that because, that is his stepfather and stuff. Like, I can't leave him behind. And you see the clawgrams going after Gaara. And I'm not going to lie to you. Shinki's iron sand is something to be behold by because he uses magnetic particle barrier palm and he covers Gaara into the sand barrier. And even Mogi's like, damn, I can't even penetrate this. This barrier is truly strong. And unfortunately, with his sacrifice, he gets bitten by the clawgrams and becomes a tree. And then he tells his teammates, guys, get out of here. It is what it is. And he tells them, tell my uncle what happened so we can get help right here. And like I said before, like, Mogi, who is a Shinju, can't penetrate this jutsu right now. She's saying that it will stay effective as long as he's alive. So even him being a Shinju right now, Gaara is sealed right now. And the funny thing is, bring that up, who's sealed as well too? Naruto and Hinata, and Gaara's sealed right now too. So you're seeing the OG's characters being sealed away, just so, we don't have this conflict of power scaling with the OGs in the current gen right now. So I understand why Gaara did get sealed away. And Mogi's like, all right, cool. He basically sacrificed himself to save his master. And I believe he'll make a great addition to our team. So before we get into more, what are your thoughts, with Shinki, barrier technique and everything that happened with Gaara?
Seeing that happen to Gaara is like, damn, but I'm kind of glad we kind of see other villages kind of having this situation happen to them. Not to say like, yes, the sand get fucked, but I just glad that situation is everybody's facing it. I think it's pretty cool that his stepson basically had that mindset that no, we need you, like, no matter what. So I'm basically going to risk my life to basically try to keep you from basically be taken away. So in my mind, I don't know if he knew how the whole thing works or anything. I guess he believed Gaara would have been more of like a problem if he would have came back in a clone body or some shit going against them. That would have been low key crazy. But I do think it's interesting that his ability is so like strong that they can't even do nothing, and that it's actually keeping the tree from being able to make a clone of him. I think that is the most interesting about it. But we already knew Iron Sand was already kind of stronger because I think the second or the third Kazekage was always known to be the strongest, and he had Iron Sand. So we know, or Metal Sand, whatever you want to call it. So basically, I'm thinking, yeah, he was pretty much going to be there. But my mindset though is like when a lot of adults do that, like, okay, we need to make sure that the kids are the future. We need to make sure they stay alive. Usually it'd be like somebody in there that'd be like a Jinchuriki or somebody that got a nasty little power. Like, in my mindset, I was like, I don't know if Gaara to be like, we need to save the youth in this situation. Because I'm like, unless you know something, what these motherfuckers got a secret ability or something, you just wasting your life right there in that moment. Because it's like we need you. Like I can understand him basically taking that situation down. Like, what the fuck is us living gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? So. That's basically my thoughts on that. So next in the chapter, you basically have Kankuro basically telling Shikamaru everything that basically went down, everything we just talked about. Gaara just got sealed away. His son got captured. He basically tells him that since he put him in that sealing jutsu, Gaara was still alive technically in there, but he was the only one that can undo it. To me, that is also interesting. Because now he got this like super crazy power sealing jutsu that only he can break. Like, okay, now. So some stuff that happened later on in the chapter make me wonder what's going to actually happen with this situation. But he's basically telling them everything going on with that, asking Shikamaru, does he have any information about the enemy or anything that he can take back to figure out what's going on. Shikamaru's kind of like probing Kankuro a little bit, basically trying to get information from him low key, basically asking him like, so have y'all seen his son ever since then type shit? Because I think in his mindset he's starting to put two to two together that everybody that's getting captured by those trees are the ones that's coming back in those ten tail forms. So I like to kind of see like Shikamaru low key trying to play chess with conversation right there, because sometimes you gotta watch Shikamaru. Shikamaru is one of those characters you gotta be like, is he really on our side? Like, he on your side, but he's very questionable sometimes. But he added in the fact that he doesn't want him to tell Tamari about what's going on, which I think that's bullshit. Because if I'm Tamari and then I find out later that like my brother then got captured, damn near is dead, and like my other brother told you, but he couldn't even tell me. I'm over here going every day thinking this motherfucker alive, sending him text messages and everything. Like, damn, why he ain't sending me shit back? Like, he must be busy or something. Figure out this motherfucker didn't die. Like, that's to me, they need to let her know, especially before like if Gaara somehow do get captured or something, because her running up on that could be a easily like win for Gaara, because he probably take her out easily. But
piggyback to with Kankuro telling Shikamaru, saying that hey, don't tell Tamari. I think it's because he wants to keep a level of calmness between the villages. Because mind you, if the Hidden Stand finds out about that, Gaara's been, I don't know if they know yet, but they found out that Gaara has been captured, and they notice like, yo, what's going on in Hidden Leaf, because Naruto's gone too. All hell's gonna break loose as of right now, because you see towards the end where Boruto said that, hey, everything's pretty calm right now. Let's keep it that way. And Shikamaru understands that, okay, let me, especially with everything's going on right now, let's keep everything calm with the people. Internally, we could panic all we want, but the people outside, let's keep it calm. And I understand from that point as well, too. With Shikamaru, I think everything that Boruto told him, any hesitation he had before, he's probably thinking like, okay, he's telling the truth. Whatever Boruto's going to tell me now, I am going to believe him 100%, because the same exact thing what he told me just happened in the Hidden Stand. So
I forgot something.
Now go ahead.
Right before in the beginning of this chapter, he do tell Sadara and the class rep to tell him if Boruto say anything. If he send you a text message that say hi, let me know. Like, I need to know so we can figure out what's going on with this shit. Because, man, and I also like the fact that we haven't got any inclination from Shikamaru that he's going to send anybody after Boruto. Because usually in that situation, you'll be sending people after him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Told that's with Sadara or Shikamaru, but I believe it's with Sadara. I believe it's with Boruto to watch over, because he knows that Hidari's main focus is to kill Sadara. So Boruto, any given moment, I feel like the minute he's got alert, he's going to pop up where Sadara's at, because he knows that with that being a father, she might be hesitant to take him down. So what's your thoughts on that? If that toad is with Sadara, not Shikamaru.
Okay, yeah, if he did leave another toad, I mean, it just shows you how, like, but really, what can he do with that toad? Because I don't think he could talk through the toad. I guess he could teleport them if situations was like dire, or if he needed to get back there quick. Yeah, I guess that could be the most definitely situation. Okay, I think that's smart, low key. It showed that he at least trusts some people in the leaf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody, but some people. And the fact that Shikamaru, the Hokage, that's usually supposed to be the first person to be like, what the fuck? He's low key on your side, low key. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Okay, so now we get to the big part of the chapter. We finally get to kind of see what happens to Gaara's son. They're bringing him out of the clone pod, and he's a whole new man. I think it's interesting the fact that he went in there as a boy and came out a whole man, a grown 6 foot 9 abs. He's straight ready for trouble, and he's just like the whole demeanor is like different. I like the fact that he's just talking to the main guy is
Jorah.
Jorah, and then out of nowhere he just pits his hand through the cube. Not pit his hand, uses his abilities with the magnet sand and pull code right out of the motherfucking block. And like it's just hilarious because the fact that everybody would just sit there was kind of like, yeah, we knew that motherfucker was sitting there. Like I don't know why he thought he was like hiding. But I like the whole conversation you get between Code and Jorah. Cole's basically trying to act like he's still in charge. You're like, whatever you're talking about and all this. Cole, like, I'm no disrespecting me type shit. And basically try to fucking attack him, but the attack don't do shit. So, like, if what Amato was saying, no, what Boruto was saying that Amato affected Kawaki's defense, if his defense can change to some shit like that, then okay, Amato did some bullshit. But like, I ain't seen him do anything like that. So that's the first time we see somebody just take an attack like it was nothing. But I do like the whole conversation. Basically, like, okay, once you go kill them, when the whole chakra fruit comes, I'm gonna eat that. And then they looking like, you know what? I don't think a 10 tails has ever eaten the fruit. And then that's when Cole just start losing. Oh, you acting like you about to pull a one on me type shit, and that's when the attack shit happened. Then after that, 10 Tails end up making a deal with him, basically like, if you do what I tell your ass to do, we might give you the fruit type shit. So like, I think it's funny that Cole, who like in the beginning of this whole like situation was low key the person we need to go out and beat Cole, to now Cole is low key like the slave. Like he's low-key the slave to the people he wanted to be his slaves. That's fucking hilarious. A whole plot turnaround. But basically after that, Cole goes off on his little mission. He sends them to go kill Boruto, which is funny because they are in their mindset, they don't even need Boruto because they can still do their plan with Kawaki. Something I've been thinking this whole time, like, you got a whole plan to kill all those Shushkis. Is you killing yourself at the end? Like, I'm like, man, you don't forget you are one of these motherfuckers. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened with that. So basically, you get a new member of the Claw. I keep thinking they're Claw, but it's not Claw. But the new person for the 10 Tails, they get a new person. They basically treat Cole like a bitch. And that's it, basically.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Jorah is so like elegant the way he talks. He's like, "Oh, it's Cole. We owe our existence to him. Let's pay him some type of respect." And the whole thing is, he's saying that, yo, like you said before, I wonder what would happen if we did eat the chakra fruit, and Cole is getting so pissed off and saying that, yo, I'm gonna be the one who eats it, and I'm the one who takes on Boruto and all that stuff. And then Cole, like, mind you, he's been taking the L since he's been introduced, since the beginning of Boruto. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Why does he think he can attack Jorah? Go through the claws, and Jorah looks down like, why are you doing this? And cuts off his hand. You're done. You're done for, basically. And he says that, yo, your life lacks a lot of bit of motivation. So I'm gonna help you out, man. I'll give you a chakra fruit if you want it. But you're going to have to take down Boruto and his accomplice as well, too. And then I love, at the end, he's saying that, yo, Jorah was like, yo, the Code, I'm pulling for you, buddy. I wish you the best of luck. And then Cole, like, I'm not going to lie to you, he leaves kind of badass, right? Going through his claws. And he's saying that, smirk while you still can. For the one who has the last laugh will be me. And a part of me wants to feel like, okay, eventually Code's going to have his big moment. It's just a matter of time. Because mind you, he's been taking so many L's. So Shigaraki, right, in My Hero Academia has taken so many L's to the point where he became, a force to be working towards the end. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Code. A part of me. Another
I
side,
can feel you on
another
that.
side of me is that he's gonna be a bitch and just be somebody who's just a punching body bag for everybody. But what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I want to say this first. I think the last episode I gave so much shit to Koshi Kinji, and I want to say this: if the vision he saw that made him leave the cave was them Asushis coming after him, and not the fact that Boruto got captured, I give him props. Because he's seen something I didn't think was actually going on. Because maybe he actually saw through the whole Boruto thing, was like, nothing happening with that. But saw them claw motherfuckers coming, and he was like, oh yeah, it's time to go. It's time to get the fuck up out of here. So I think that I gotta give him props on that. Based on what you were just saying, I mean, it's crazy out here for real, for real. That's basically that. That's one of my thoughts on that, low key.
And then I love the ending with Jiro and Ryu, where Ryu's just so pissed off. He's like, I don't like this guy at all. I just want to kill him. Jiro's like, yeah, next time he comes, you can do as you please. But he tells him, yo, Ryu, what's your number one goal right now? And he says, my number one goal is Gaara of the Hidden Sand. And he says as well, too, that special jutsu might have sealed him away right now. But since I'm able to use that jutsu, I can release him. So, Rayshawn, this might be a stupid question, right? Do you think they was able to move that barrier somewhere else? So, because they could go back to the same spot they were at before and then just release the jutsu. You think they could move that barrier? Because it would just be easy for next chapter to go back to the world before and just take down Gaara.
Yeah. Can they move it? That's hard to say, man. Because you gotta move. Unless you can move the whole situation. Because you gotta move the tree that has his stepson in it, and you gotta move the whole ground where Gaara is too. Because that juice only works within them being in the same situation, and the fact that he has to be alive still, because if he dies, that jutsu will also go away too. So that's something that might come into play if they do go after him. They might just be like, "Hey, fuck it, go ahead and kill him," so the jutsu will be undone. But that also doesn't leave the fact that Gaara's still in a state. If that jutsu do get undone, he needs hospital attention right then and there type shit. So he low key can die just for the jutsu being taken off of him. So it probably is possible. Because they probably can move it if somebody got a space-time ninjutsu low-key and put in a different fucking realm, which that would be the best shit to do. And I guess you do got some people who can do that, Kawaki and them that. So if you can get them to help out with the situation. So I think there could be ways, but they're going to have to do the whole situation low-key.
Yep. And then we get towards the end of the chapter, which, if you guys remember the first episode of Boruto, where they're talking top of the Naruto's head, in the Hidden Leaf, it gives us the same relevance of of that conversation, but to a different degree right now. And then I love Kawaki. He's like, "Yo, why haven't you snitched to me to the Hidden Leaf? Why haven't you done that?" And like I said before, Boruto wants to keep a level of calmness with everything that's going on. Everything's pretty calm right now. No reason, there might be some people who might believe me, some people might not believe me. It's gonna cause utter chaos, and I'm okay with the situation being the way it is right now. And I'm pretty strong. I gotta give my props to Sasuke because without this strength, I wouldn't be who I am today. And just talking more about Sasuke, how he changed Boruto's life. What's going on with you and Momoshiki? Have you able to settle the situation on stuff? And Boruto's like, no. 2 years ago, when I used my karma for the first time since I left the village, for some reason, the way he possessed me, I was completely scared. It kind of reminded me of the time skip when Naruto and Jiraiya was training, and I believe he had the Four Tails cloak pop out, and he just almost killed Jiraiya with that giant scar across his chest. I feel like the same thing almost happened, and Kaguya's starting to realize that he can't handle his karma anymore, and he's like, yo, if he take possession of me again, Kawaki, you have my blessings to take me down because I just can't handle it.
After we get done fighting,
yeah. And he also says that right now, Kawaki, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're kind of weak right now. Unfortunately, you're my father's student, but since you sealed him away and releasing him right now, we don't have enough time for you to get trained right now. So you fucked this up as well too. But there is a but situation. if you talk to your boy Amado, he's the one who can release your true strength. He's been hiding your power from him the entire time. And he's saying that he made up your regenerative skills and your defensive, but he was holding back your offensive skills right now. And for Boruto is saying that, like, hey, I need your help. I can take some of them down, but I can't take all of them down. He knows that he needs all the helps he can get. And another thing as well, too, Amado can see everything Kawaki's doing. That right there,
that is.
I was like, holy shit. And that right there was like, and then Amado was like shook right now. He's like, holy shit, is Kachikoji alive? I thought he was dead the entire time. And as of right now, when this happens, when Kawaki goes up to Amado and he's going to flip shit because he's like, yo, you've been holding me back. I've been getting my ass whooped since this time skip. Baruto's been coming back looking like a badass. I'm soft right next to him. He's going to be really, really mad right now. Kawaki's like, yo, I want to take down all the Suskis. I'm going to help you. But every single one of them has to be eliminated, even myself. And I'm like, holy shit. But Kawaki's saying that by any means necessary, I'm partnering up with you. Baruto being a badass he is, he says, yo, don't hold me back because I'm that guy. And I showed it to you when I whooped your ass as well too. And we'll finally get, Team 7 possibly back together with Sadara, Baruto, Kawaki, and Miski back together again. Yeah, that right there is gonna be truly amazing. But overall, I definitely love this part. And right now we're getting a team, Team 7 versus the Shinjus, which is going to be fantastic. What's your thoughts?
Here are my thoughts. This is why I say it seemed like the lore of Amado is just growing. Because you're telling me Boruto had to basically learn techniques that he would have to master in his adult lifetime, in his teen years, just so he would have a way to fight these people, basically. But then you're telling me Amado can low-key just change the settings on Kawaki and make him strong enough to fight them. That to me is just like, what the fuck? Like he doesn't need to learn no techniques. He don't know anything. He just needs him to boost him up. So then it makes me think, could he do the same thing to Code? Could he make Code strong enough to fight them? Is he like not giving him access to his full abilities? So I mean, it's like that to me is weird. But the fact that Amado's keeping tabs on him, that's not too weird to me. That do seem like something he would do. And it also showed that he's been keeping tabs on the whole situation because he even brought up the fact that they killed the frog and everything, and he saw the frog, and that basically made him like, okay, Koshi Kenji might be back low key. I like the fact that it was a thought, then he just got rid of it. He was like, yeah, but he really do to me. And which also can make you think that that's probably why Koshi Kenji haven't went to Amado, because he might be like, yeah, I might think it's just he might have some way to turn him off with just a word of any. Like you never know what Amado low-key got in his back pocket, because it seems like this man can do whatever the fuck he want to. Because I feel like once Sugamaru figure out he can just change the settings on Kawaki and make him strong enough to fight him, they be like, why you ain't do that before? And I know you can turn that motherfucker off. Don't be playing with me, bruh. He could probably do all type of shit. But it also, to me, states the fact that he believed Kawaki has the mark that's going to bring his daughter back. So he must not truly believe everything that's going on. That's interesting as fuck, too. Either he's not affected or he got some way to kind of keep his mind on the right track.
Yeah, plus Bartos think like, okay, Shinju, yeah, you're building your little army up, but say less. Wait till I get my Susuki brother back with me. Let me get Sato Hamagaki with Sharingan. Let me get Miski with his Sage mode. And let me get fucking Damon, who's always playing the video games, hop off and help me as well, too. And that right there, that squad right there versus the Shinjus, whoo, let's fucking go, man.
Low-key, that'd be nice. I kind of want to see Konohamaru in there. I want him to get a nice little moment. I want him to get a moment where I can be like, he could be Hokage. So now, since we've seen him in the series, I've never had that feeling. Like his whole mindset and goal to basically be there with Naruto, I've just never believed he was there. Like, low key to me, I feel like he's lucky he knows Naruto to be in the positions he in. Low key. But that's just me. Because you would think, like, you're training the Hokage's son, one of the biggest threats in the village. Kakashi, low-key, kind of had that same type of role, and he was able to be Hokage next. But Konohamaru has never given off Kakashi. He just hasn't. No situation he's been in, you've been like, oh, he got it. Go ahead, Konohamaru. Like, nope.
Before we end this, what's your overall score for this chapter?
Overall score, I'll probably give this chapter probably an 8, a solid 8.
Yeah.
I feel like this chapter gives you nice little bit of more lore to the situation. You don't really get action-y, but it's still a nice read. It's not something that's going to bore you or anything. But I will say, if it did have just a little bit more action, or we had just more like meaning in certain situations, like people was cussing people out, man, this could have been a 10. Because some of these situations, I could easily, when Shikamaru was talking to Kankuro, could have been like, hey, don't bring y'all bullshit over here. Like, we already have bullshit. Like, don't bring that shit over here, nigga. You talk about y'all lost y'all cop. We already did that.
We're 3 years deep in this.
Y'all gotta figure out who y'all about to have as y'all backup Kage. That's the interesting thing. And based on how the Sand Village go, it's only a bloodline thing. So technically, Kankuro or Tamari will have to low-key step in for that. Or Shigenai. That would be funny. If they took Shigenai over there, he can low-key take it. He in the bloodline.
Yeah. So before we end it, Rayshawn, can you tell the viewers out there where can they find your podcast?
Oh, you guys can find me on all your podcasting platforms, such as Spotify, Apple, YouTube. We are on YouTube. Not all my recent episodes and stuff, but we do have interviews and stuff on YouTube. Just search on Google Rayshawn Gatson Anime Podcast or RGAP Anime Podcast.
Yes, 2 more subs so we hit our goal of 500. 500.
Get this man, get him there. He's been doing this for too long.
All right, so before we end it, guys, until next time, this is Culture Universe.
Peace.